Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. Last time we made our way to Bianco Hills and we got the remaining shines in the area. If we check our total screen, we'll see we have all the episode shines along with the 2 secret shines in the area. But we're not done yet with Bianco. We can see our high score for the area is a total of 15 coins, but what happens if we get that high score up to a total of 100? Well, let's go ahead and make our way back over to Bianco Hills and find out. So, returning from Super Mario 64 are 100 coin stores, or in this game, 100 coin shines. Here I'm going to make my way back into episode 8, as this episode is the easiest one for Bianco Hills to collect 100 coins. And you would think red coins makes this a lot easier because that was the case in Super Mario 64. In Super Mario 64, if you collected red coins, they did count for your overall coin total. Every red coin would count towards 2 coins, and if you got blue coins, they would count towards 5 coins in your totals. In Super Mario Sunshine, that is not the same case. Here, red coins and blue coins do not count for your overall coin totals, so you're relying on just the gold coins here to get the 100 coin shine, making the 100 coin shines in this game a lot harder to get compared to 100 coin stars in Super Mario 64. But there's more than enough coins here in episode 8 of Bianco Hills that we don't really need to rely on extra coin bonuses in order to get this said shine. So here, I'm just going to be spraying these enemies here called Sambo Heads. I'm be spraying these guys into the walls, as doing so will give me 3 coins. If I just jump on these enemies' heads, I would get 1 coin out of it. Here, if I spray all these flowers and get them all to bloom at the same time, that'll give us 5 coins in total, which also really helps. So at this point, we're already kind of seeing what we need to do here. For the most part, we just spray enemies in very specific ways and do very specific tasks, and we'll get a lot of coins really fast here. Gonna have to wait for these flowers to go back down, because they only have about a second or 2 when they are starting to bloom before they go back into their unbloomed state. So, I need to hit all these flowers in a very specific time period just to make sure that I get them all active all at once. It's a little annoying, but it takes a little bit of practice before you completely get the time period, and certain patches of flowers are easier to bloom all at once compared to others. That's just mainly because of where they're located. Some are on hills, which makes things a little bit harder on the player as well, but we're good to go. At this point, we're really nothing left on this side of Bianco Hills. I'm going to be making our way over to where the windmill is now, because over in this section we have more things to get for said coins. For example, right here, flower patch, and we know what that means. More enemies to spray into the wall, giving us more coins in the process. So collect these coins, which give us a total of 50. Once we get 50, we hear a little chime sound effect, indicating that we got ourselves a 1-up. So every 50 coins gives you a 1-up. That was a Pokey we just killed there. Easiest way to kill Pokies in this game is just to let them hit the ground, and then you just jump on their heads, which will instantly kill them. Doing so will give you a coin. So now I actually want to take this coconut back over to the beginning of this area and get ourselves our Yoshi friend, as Yoshi's going to make getting these coins a lot easier going forward as well. So I'm going to go all the way back, and to make this a little bit faster, I'm going to do a triple jump and then throw the coconut and see if that gets close enough for Yoshi. Fortunately, no, it does not. I need to be careful where I throw this, though, because if the coconut lands in water, it will disintegrate, and it would go back to its spawn position. So in this case, it would go back over to that flower patch. You gotta be very careful what you're doing here, because just like with the fruits, Yoshi also doesn't like water in this game, so be careful where he jumps. And that makes this beginning section kind of nerve-wracking. If you miss that log and just go right in the water, you're going back for more fruit, because, yeah, Yoshi gone. Here I'm going to go ahead and spray down this beehive. And as we can see, we got hit off of Yoshi, but we didn't take damage right away. It wasn't until Mario was off Yoshi where he took damage. So if you're on the back of a Yoshi and you get hit, it's really not that big of a deal, simply just because of this mechanic. It does make the beehives here a little annoying to deal with, because these bees are swarmy like crazy. The easiest way to deal with these guys is just to get some distance from the bees and then just start spamming Yoshi's tongue button like crazy, which is the attack button in this game. So the B button on GameCube, Y on the Switch controllers. I'm going to go ahead and eat all these bees, and when we eat the final bee, it reveals a blue coin. For now, we're going to leave that blue coin alone, as we're not ready to get it just yet. I want to get the 100 coins here first. Come on, Beehive, you know you want to fall. Sometimes beehives just don't really cooperate all that well, depending on certain directions. The closer you are to a beehive, the easier it is for you to knock it down, so that didn't help, but there we go. That made things so much easier when we backed away from the bees. Eating the last one here gives us a 1-up mushroom, so that helps. Here, I'm just going to go ahead, get these enemies to jump out, and I'll just shoot you into the wall with Yoshi's juices. What is this? That's not a coin. That's a platform. I don't know where this came from, but I guess it's here now. So when you shoot enemies with Yoshi's juices, instead of killing enemies or pushing them around in the case of these sample heads, you're going to turn them into platforms. Now, for now, this is not really that big of a deal for us, because we can't really do anything with the said platform, but remember that for later, as there's going to be later missions where that will come in handy. For now, on the other hand, I'm going to ditch the back of Yoshi, which if you want to get off of Yoshi, just press the button to swap F.L.U.D nozzles here, so in the case of the GameCube controller, it's the X button. Doing so, you jump off the back of Yoshi. You gotta be careful though, because after a while, Yoshi will despawn and go back to where his egg was located in the said area, so you don't want to leave him unattended for too long. But there you go, that was 100 coins, and now the shine of the area appears. That coin's about ready to fade away, just let it go, it's fine. We got 100. Who needs 101? That's overachieving. Here, we just barely do what we need to, and we go get our Shine Sprite. That's our final shine of Bianco Hills. At this point, we have 100% completed the area. So, there are 8 normal shines here to get with the 8 episodes. There are 2 secret shines, and then 1 100 coin shine in an area, making a total of 11 shines per area in Super Mario Sunshine. Now that we got the 100 coin shine, we're going to head back into Bianco here, and we're going to do one more thing, and that is to get all the blue coins located in the area. We're going to make our way back to Episode 8, as Episode 8 is the best mission for you to collect all the blue coins in Bianco Hills. Every single blue coin here is located in this mission, making things so much easier on the player. So while we're getting the blue coins here in Bianco Hills, I want to go ahead and discuss some plot here of the game, as now that we have all the big master plans of Shadow Mario, now known as Bowser Jr., revealed to the player here, I kind of want to discuss a bunch of different underlining factors that got us here, and it's mainly regarding the person who made the inventions that Mario and Bowser Jr. are using in this said game. So, when we got F.L.U.D back in the airstrip, we had a line of dialogue in the cutscene saying, "Thank you for purchasing this item from GAD Science Inc." Now, we don't know exactly who the person is running GAD Science Inc., but if you know your Mario lore, you can kind of figure this one out. So, in the game prior to this release, Luigi's Mansion, back in 2001, a character called Professor Egad was introduced. Professor Egad is a scientist and inventor by trade, and he made a lot of different inventions, and the inventions used here in Super Mario Sunshine are his creations as well. So, the F.L.U.D we're using here was made by Professor Egad, along with the paintbrush Bowser Jr. uses, as well as his line of saying, "A strange old man in a white coat gave me this said paintbrush." F.L.U.D reacted to it in a surprised manner, saying, "A strange old man in a white coat," like he actually knows exactly who Bowser Jr. is talking about. Bowser Jr. is referring to Professor Egad. He's never mentioned by name here in Super Mario Sunshine, just the GAD Science Inc. company name is mentioned, and that's pretty much all we get. But again, if you know your Mario lore, you can kind of figure out exactly who he is and exactly the association of GAD Science Inc. Now, we're not exactly sure, though, why Professor Egad would have given Bowser Jr. the paintbrush in particular, as we can't tell if that was an intentional thing or if it was a misguided direction of Professor Egad not understanding what exactly Bowser Jr. was going to do with the said paintbrush. I feel it's more of the latter, as if Egad would have known that Bowser Jr. would be using his invention to frame Mario for a crime he never commits, along with destroying a bunch of stuff on an island filled with innocent bystanders. I feel Professor Egad might have probably considered otherwise in giving someone like Bowser Jr. one of his inventions, because that gives you a bad name at the end of the day. And as an inventor, you never want something like that to happen. You never want someone to give you a bad name, and also the fact that you would feel responsible for all these actions, and in a way you kind of are. since if you didn't give this person that set invention, this wouldn't really be an issue. So, again, it's one of those situations that we're not exactly sure what the motive was for EGAD to be giving his invention away to someone like Bowser Jr. It's been theorized, but nothing has been officially confirmed by Nintendo. So, I'll leave that one more to you to interpret what exactly happened between EGAD and Bowser Jr. But now with all that out of the way, we got ourselves a lot of the blue coins so far, and I'm specifically just grabbing these coins. I'm saying continue instead of saving continue, more or less just because of the sake of time. There are so many blue coins we're going to be collecting here, and if I gotta save every single time I collect one of these things, we could be here all day. And I definitely don't want to be here all day on save screens, so we're just going to grab these coins, hit continue for now, and that'll make our lives a lot easier. Here I'll just refill my water pack by getting myself another hover nozzle. That just makes things a lot easier on my front. And now we'll spray down this circle on the wall, revealing a blue coin. These specific graffiti marks on the wall, we can kind of tell there's a little bit of a pattern here. If you find symbols of the same kind on walls, they are a timer puzzle. There are 2 each, and you need to get them in a short amount of time before the blue coin will disappear. If the blue coin disappears, you have to do the puzzle again. So it's really not that big of a penalty, but it is annoying if it does happen, so you definitely have to be fast and on your feet, ready to go if something like this is something you want to do. But luckily, you don't need to get any single one of these blue coins if you just want to beat Super Mario Sunshine. The blue coins are not required for anything in this game. In fact, the only reason why you collect these is for 100% completion. There are 30 blue coins in every single level except for one in Super Mario Sunshine, which will be the final area. There are only 10 blue coins in that said level. Every single one of these makes a total of 240 blue coins, and all 240 are essentially optional, as not a single one of these said coins are needed for progression, which is really nice. There's a certain set of missions you need to do in every single level in order to progress to the final area of the game, and luckily nothing revolves around these blue coins. You needed to get these blue coins to actually beat the game proper. I feel a lot of people would never beat Super Mario Sunshine, because certain blue coins are pretty easy to figure out. Like say this one where you spray down a Bianco to free him from the goop. That one you can kind of understand how they get, and that makes that pretty easy. And then there are other blue coins that are just like, oh yeah, spray this random mountainside, and yeah, there's a blue coin in there. You're not gonna figure that out without a guide, let's be real here. There are very specific blue coins that are just next to impossible to find on a first playthrough. And this is why I can't recommend people to go out of their way to get blue coins unless they want to specifically 100% complete Super Mario Sunshine with every single Shine Sprite collected. So, this is luckily one of those things where on a first time playthrough, it's very easy to skip, and it makes a huge difference on your said first playthrough if you do, because I feel a lot more of the frustration of Super Mario Sunshine kind of comes out to play if you're going out of your way to collect all the blue coins. As there are certain blue coins that are so hard to get in certain areas that they might as well just be like an extra mission on their own with how complex they can be. But luckily, Bianco Hills, since it is essentially the first full world of Super Mario Sunshine, the blue coins here aren't really that hard to get. They're pretty easy to figure out for the most part, and because of this, that's why we can get all the blue coins in one specific mission. They kind of use Bianco Hills more as that tutorial for every single kind of mechanic here in Super Mario Sunshine, which is why it's considered the easiest world, which makes sense for the first world in the game to be the easiest. By nature, that just makes a lot of sense, so I'm glad at least all these are in one mission, but that's not going to be the case forever. Later worlds are going to have blue coins just scattered all throughout the different episodes, and that's going to make getting all these a lot harder. I recommend if you go and get every single one of the blue coins in a level, make yourself some kind of checklist and follow a guide, just to make sure you're not missing blue coins in a specific episode, because the game doesn't really do a good job telling you if there's blue coins in this set episode or that set episode. You kind of have to figure it out on your own. So again, things like this is a moment where you want to use a guide. Blue coins specifically are definitely something that if you didn't buy the player's guide back in the early days when this game released, it made things a lot harder on you as the player, which really doesn't help. So I'm just going to go ahead and land down here. I'm going to go ahead and use my rocket nozzle to get up top on the ropes here. Unfortunately, we missed that rope, but that's not that big of a deal, because we can take the ropes right next door and clip right through one, apparently, because rope fixes in this game are great. Definitely tell this is an early 2000s game because the physics, unfortunately, in Super Mario Sunshine, in my opinion, have not aged all that well. The physics, I think, are the worst part of Super Mario Sunshine by today's standards. I'm gonna be very careful so I don't fall again. I could do some more rocket storage here, glitch we did show off in a previous episode, but I'm just not really needing to do that because it's really right here we need to go. And after this, I'll be just about done using the rocket nozzle. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and make my way over to where the secret is located for episode 6, so we can get ourselves the turbo nozzle at this point, as turbo nozzle is gonna make it a little bit easier for us to get some more coins. I'm gonna jump out of the water just like so. Just get into the area, and over here, I want to go ahead and talk to this Bianco and see what he has to say. This is a cliff spring cave, and it's open. Enter by all means. Yeah, I don't want to, because if I enter that area, I'm not going to be able to get the remaining blue coins, so thanks, but no thanks. Here, I want to go ahead and just dive underwater, as underwater here are some blue coins. So over here is a blue coin right on the shoreline. I want to go ahead and make my way into the front area where the windmill is located, because over here is another blue coin near the walls this time around. Grab me this said coin, and that's it for the ones in the water. There's one more coin I want to get over here before we go back and get ourselves a Yoshi, as our next blue coins are going to all be revolving around Yoshi, which are luckily our last two. Here I want to get on this rope, which is kind of hard to do out of water. So at this point, I'm just going to get to the shoreline, just jump over. That'd be a lot easier. I say as I miss. This is just barely out of reach to the water too, which makes it really annoying. There you go. Turn the camera, get some height here, grab on the top of this bridge, or underside in this case, grab a blue coin, and that is it for all the blue coins we can get on our own. Now we need to go ahead and get ourselves a Yoshi, which, if I remember correctly, he wants a coconut. So we'll just go over where the coconut is and grab one of those. Luckily with the turbo nozzle, we can make that jump pretty easily. Grab the said coconut, make our jump back around, and as we're making our way back over to where Yoshi is, I want to mention that if you jump in the water with a fruit in your hand, it luckily stays in your hand. So if you drop fruit in water, they will disintegrate and you have to go back and get the fruit once again. But if the fruit is in Mario's hand, on the other hand, the whole water idea doesn't really matter at that point. So you don't lose the fruit just by swimming with it. You only lose it if the water makes contact with the fruit by itself. You can even swim underwater holding the fruit, and it's really not a big problem at all. So that's a really helpful thing to know, because there are some cases where you're a little afraid to swim in the water while holding something like a coconut, but that's not really a problem. Here we want to go ahead and use Yoshi, and we can eat butterflies. Eat all the green butterflies, we get an extra life. Eat all the yellow ones, and you'll get a coin. But specifically, if we find a blue butterfly here, that will give us a blue coin. Yoshi can also eat birds, and as we see, if we shoot down a blue bird, it will drop a blue coin. If you're having a hard time shooting the blue birds, then what I recommend doing is just use Yoshi to eat the bird, because eating the bird in one swing, well, that gives you a blue coin instantly at that point, instead of having to attack the bird with your water flood. So here I'm just going to go ahead and spray down this beehive, as we already know based on that blue coin mission. Destroying all the bees here in the beehive, eating them all, will give us a blue coin. So we definitely want this. That's if the dang beehive falls down today, please. Sometimes, man, I swear the beehives just never want to come down. Let's go ahead and eat all these bees, which can be a little bit of a pain. Just go back and forth here and keep the bees on your trail. But unfortunately, the dang enemies up above really don't help either, because they can hit you alongside the bees. Get on top of Yoshi once again. Continuously eat the bees here. And I think we only have like 2 more, maybe 1 at most. Okay, nope, it's 2. I thought I saw 1, but blanket statement of saying 2 was the best way to go. With that, now we got ourselves all 30 blue coins here in Bianco Hills. As mentioned earlier, there are 30 blue coins in every major area. So now we have all the 30 coins here, we are good to leave. So once we have all those said blue coins, we want to make our way over to this said boathouse here, off in the distance. As coming in here, now we have a use of those said blue coins. Welcome, welcome. I suppose you're here for that, Yes, very good. That means I require 10 blue coins from you. I can exchange those for Shine Sprites. I'll give you 3, yes? Would you like to? You bet I will. Trade all my blue coins in for 3 shines. Really? You truly mean it? Yes? No refunds. That's right. Trade away those coins. 10 blue coins equals 1 Shine Sprite in the game. So do the math. 240 blue coins equal a total of 24 shines just from the blue coins alone. But now we got all the blue coins in Bianco Hills along with our final shine in the area. We're going to end things off here. Next time on Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, we'll head back to Peanut Park and explore more of that area. I'll see you guys next time.